Yep. Oh, okay. So to start, I want you to close your eyes. And now, listen to my instructions carefully, okay? It's gonna be kind of warm up. So when I say potato, you need to raise your right hand. When I say Kumora, you need to clap. Just one clap, okay? Yeah, that's all the instructions. So listen. Potato. Kumora. Kumora. Potato. Potato. Kumora. Thank you. It was a kind of warm up. So in this dynamic, you needed to listen to me carefully and understand the instructions, right? And then you needed to adapt because you couldn't look at me. You were with your eyes closed. So I want to talk about this today. Like as a leaders, we need first listen and then adapt. So I want to start with the listening part. How can we become better listeners? Here I have 7 techniques that can help us to become better listeners as leaders. First, focus on the intention and purpose of the conversation. It means that you need to be with an intention to be conscious and receptive to the other person. It includes the content and the purpose of the conversation. And it means that the other person has all your attention, your full attention. You don't need to be daydreaming or interrupting, just simply trying to understand the content of the conversation. Let's go to the second. Pay attention to the body language. Body language is the conscious or unconscious gestures of movements that can convey information. Why is this important? Because most of the communication relies on the non-verbal. Some body language can be like gestures, like facial gestures, like smiling, like sad, or mewing. Eye contact is important. Also, posture. You need to be with a good posture. And pauses. Then, we have give encouraging verbal cues. Verbal cues are promptings that a speaker can use to elicit a response or reaction from the listener. So they are like little replies. It shows that you're paying attention or you're interested. Like, yes, I see, or or I understand. That's some examples. Then we have clarify and paraphrase information. Most of the time, it's not enough just nodding, just giving verbal cues, or just smiling. You need to clarify and paraphrasing the information back so that you can make sure, both of you, that the information have been listened correctly. And let's go to the next. Ask questions. Like clarifying and paraphrasing, asking questions can eliminate confusion. Like you may think you have understood all, but I know that you still have some doubts. You may think whether your mind have grasped all the whole picture. So by clarifying and paraphrasing, both of you can fill the gaps of understanding or gaps of information. The next one is refrain from judgment. As an active listener, it's important to remain neutral, not judgmental, open. Because something wonderful about being an active listener is that you're gonna be engaged with new ideas, new thoughts, new perspectives, and new opportunities you may have never accessed before. So, avoiding criticism, withholding judgment, and approaching each conversation with an open mind can open many doors to new opportunities. And the last one, summarize, share, and reflect. To make sure you're ending the conversation in a high note, it's recommendable to share a quick summarize or opinions about what the person has said. It shows that you have digested all the information in the right way. It also shows that you were paying attention to their words. It's an important part. But also I want to talk about the most important part about being an active listener or a good listener or becoming a good listener. So I want you to imagine the next situation. Imagine you're a basketball player, you're trying to improve your skills, and you have your coach. Your coach approaches to you and he says, hey, you need to improve your shooting. You're doing very well by your shooting. I can see things you can improve. So you, as an active listener, you applied the 7 techniques. The coach say, you need to shoot like this. And you say, oh, you want me to shoot like this, right? Okay, I understand. You finish the conversation, and after that, you shot like this. Does it make sense? Like after having a good conversation, after you have listening to them, don't applying it. It doesn't make sense. So the most important part about being an active listener or becoming a better listener is taking action on what you learned. By doing this, you're gonna make the people feel listened. Remember, take action on what you learned. It's the most important part about being a good listener. So next, let's talk about the adaptability part. How can leaders adapt? So leaders need to know all the situations they're gonna face or the new changes. But they also need to know their own team. Why? As we have learned, like weeks ago, like all of us are resources for others. So when a leader takes time to know each member of his group, he knows his talents, perspectives, preferences, weaknesses. So he knows his resources. Then, empathy. Because it's not just knowing their weaknesses, but caring about the weaknesses of the others, of the challenges they're passing through. So a good leader that knows how to adapt to the situation needs to help his team to overcome the challenges and issues his team probably is passing through. Next part, empowerment. After knowing the weaknesses, talents, as a leader, he needs to delegate and to give responsibilities to their team so they can feel more engaged in the job and they can feel more included. So you're going to have a good team prepared for the new situation, to adapt to the new situation. And the last one, a great leader is flexible. Because we don't face the same situation, or all the situations in the same way. A good leader knows that. So good leaders know there are different leadership styles. And he always knows how and when to use them. And just to finish, to conclude, I want you to remember one phrase. That great leaders first listened, first. and then they adopt. Thank you.